All right. So, story time. We're going to talk politics here in a second, I promise you, but a brief story time to kind of explain some things that may or may not arise in the video later. So, I work nights, right? So, during my first break, I like to go to Hardee's because I have an unhealthy obsession with the Frisco melts. Well, for the last couple of weeks, there's only been like one or two people back there. So, this particular night, the other night, they were closed. They had a cardboard sign that said closed on it. So, irritated, I go to the gas station next door and I get one of them little roly things. You know them little roly things? They got like Monterey Jack and like the Southwest chicken and like the little on the roly. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, I grabbed me up one of them, went back to work, eating, listening to music, minding my business. I bit into one. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I spit out what I was chewing in my hand. And I'm looking, and there's my fucking tooth. Yeah. So I freaked out. I left work and I was thinking the whole time, like, how can I fix this? Because I cannot lose out on any money at this point. So I don't have a 24-hour dentist, but I do got some nail glue. Baby, I come from a long line of women of making ways out of no ways, okay? So, long story short, I'm not finna tell you how I did it because it wasn't just nail glue, I did some other shit too. But it's not, I don't recommend it. Don't ever do no shit like that. Just miss out on work. But me personally, I can't miss out on no
Yo,
fucking
G,
work.
they can't stop me from
The
rapping,
whole
can they?
reason why I even mention any of that is because when I was younger, I had a very bad lisp and I had to take speech therapy for years to control it. After I gotten out of a really bad relationship, struggling with PTSD, struggling with a lot of other shit, my lisp popped back up. So I spent a fuck ton of money and time and energy getting tortured at a dentist's office, and I'm not being facetious when I say tortured. They tortured me. I cry every time I tell that story. So we're not going to do that here. But it was really fucking bad. But I was able to control my S's and my C's. I say all of that to mention the fact that my tooth is fucked. And I don't know if you can, yeah, you can tell. Like, I look really ridiculous, but nowhere near as ridiculous as if that tooth was just gone. Because I'm sure that you've been able to tell I'm not able to talk normally, how I normally speak. So, and if you catch some S's or C's flying out incorrectly during this video, I want to apologize in advance. I do have a dentist appointment coming up. They were trying to postpone me till August. I was like, bitch, I need it now. I need you to do something now. What can you do for me now? Right now. So I'm getting that taken care of. It will be taken care of within hopefully the next few videos. Hindsight, I probably should have just did an audio and then made a video on top of it, but we here now, baby. We're already here. So with that being said, let's move on to the actual fucking topic of the day. So it's election year, right? 2024. And everybody is, of course, talking about the higher up elections, the presidential elections. I think we have come to an agreement by now that all of that shit is just a puppet show. Like, come on. Like, you've got this super criminal And which, by the way, let me I just want to point something out here that I don't think a lot of people are really thinking about. If Trump had gotten into office and prosecuted either Hillary or Obama, because as much as we hate to admit it, he's kind of a war criminal. Like the cutest of them all. Barry can still get it, okay? Like the cutest of them all, but he's a war criminal, plain and simple. So if Trump had gotten into office and went after either one of those people, that man would be hung in the street, and you know it. I know a lot of people are like, well, it's the city of New York and the city of. It's under the Biden administration. Who do you think is cooperating with the city of New York? I mean, like, it's under his administration. So that whole Stormy Daniels thing, that was not the shit to get him on. That was some pure fucking bullshit. That was not some shit to get him on. The shit that's upcoming, the other 37 indictments, 34, 37, however many indictments he's got, that's what we should have gotten him on to begin with. But we started out with the silly shit. And so now we're running the risk of him not even being found guilty. You find this man guilty on anything else, he will be able to rightfully say this is a witch hunt. Because it started out as one. Like the Stormy Daniels thing, that's the witch hunt part. The other stuff, get him on that. That's the shit that he did do. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this frivolous shit that don't even matter. But we're looking at these two candidates like it's the biggest thing, and it's not. Like, we've seen this before. The thing about it is, it's not just a puppet show at the top. It's a puppet show all the way down to your very last alderman. Okay, it's a puppet show. And I mean, let me take that back. I wouldn't say down to the last alderman. Okay, I think that the lower ranking politicians are just oblivious as to what's actually going on. Okay, we'll say that much. But if your city, your local city, if it has not changed in the last 10, 15 years, or has changed for the worse and not the better, like, are you talking to any of these candidates? Are you listening to anything that they're saying? Are they addressing any of the issues that you give a fuck about? I want to know, why is milk $5 at Kroger? Why? Why? Why is milk $5 at Kroger? Why is milk $5 at Kroger? I just want to know. Why is rent so high? I just want to know. Why do I know people that have full-time jobs and part-time jobs, and they be doing side hustles? You be like, you doing what for money? You doing what else for money? And they be like, yeah. And you be like, dang. But I wish I could do that too. Because why are we so poor? Ask those politicians that why are we poor? What are you planning on doing about it? Don't ask them no dumb shit about Palestine and Ukraine. They can't do nothing over there. That's neither here nor there. That ain't got shit to do with what we got going on right here. What are you going to do about milk being $5 at Kroger? What you finna do about that? I need you to do something about that. And I drink almond milk, not even cow milk. I drink almond milk. Why is almond milk $5 at Kroger? Don't worry, I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna yell at you. Why is it $5 at Kroger? I just want to know. I just want to know. I just want to know. Is it a secret? Do I look crazy on my tooth when I do that? Can you see? Can you tell? I'm gonna trip over this. I'm gonna trip over my tooth. I am self-conscious about three things: my height, my age, and my teeth. This is it's really bothering me. It's really fucking bothering me. I'm sorry for anybody that's trying to read lips, but it boils down to this. If they're not doing anything about your city, if they're not doing anything about the almond milk being $5 at Kroger, then uh, I'm sorry, but it's gonna be the couch for me. It's the couch for me. It's the couch for me, personally, for me. Because y'all niggas is gonna do whatever the fuck y'all gonna do anyway. What is my vote gonna do? What's it gonna do? It doesn't matter if you voted for this nigga or this nigga. They both gonna fuck your city up the same kind of way. So what does it even matter? What does it even matter? And if you get too high up, once you get too high up, the mayors and shit, those are the ones that you really got to watch out for. Maybe I could, do something with this town. Maybe I could clean it up, or maybe I could whatever. But then when you propose ideas to these people, like a men's homeless shelter, because I wouldn't say plenty, but you can find a women's homeless shelter. You can find a women's and children's homeless shelter. A men's homeless shelter? Few and far between, especially in smaller towns, smaller areas. Booming areas, but still smaller areas, not like LA and shit. I don't know how LA is. I'm just using that as an example. But when you present ideas to these people that would help alleviate some of the homelessness issues surrounding their city, they want to pass it off to somebody else. Let somebody else do it. What is that, NIMBY? Not in my backyard. Yeah, that's all these motherfuckers is. And then you're sitting here wondering why is it that these stores that have closed down for a long time are littered with homeless people. They have nowhere to go. Trust and believe, one of these days I'm going to have a whole story time about that. It was an absolute nightmare trying to get anybody in Rutherford County, Murfreesboro, Tennessee to do shit. Couldn't happen. There will be a story time behind that eventually at some point, but we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about the fact that a lot of these cities and a lot of these towns are governed by people that are making big promises, but no moves. What moves have you made other than stirring up the public, causing a ruckus? And I'm talking about talking about three people in particular, two specifically. One, I'm talking directly to you, nigga. What have you done other than put on a fake voice and an afro and go out to all these black churches and speaking like you a civil rights leader, but your normal voice is like regular, and you look completely different before you got in office? And then you couldn't really defend yourself when you was on the Breakfast Club. I'm talking specifically to that nigga right there. What have you done other than get on TV and be loud? What have you done? What'd you do? What did you do? You made all of these promises to do this shit for the city. What are you doing for your district? My bad. Speaking specifically generally to the 3, specifically to the 2, absolutely to the 1. What are you doing in your district? How have you changed them aside from being kicked out of certain courtrooms? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. Can I not ask a question? Okay. Once again, it's going to be the couch for me. I see everyone fighting to vote for the status quo. I see everybody just falling in line to vote for the status quo. When capitalism governs your country, this is the shit that happens. No, but for real, I don't have no advice. Do what you do. If you're gonna stay at home, stay at home. If you're gonna vote for your best interest. Don't think about the next motherfucker. Vote your interest, not your heart. Your heart's stupid. Let me tell you something about your heart. Your heart is dumb. Your heart is gonna tell you shit that are lies. Okay? Your heart is dumb. Think with your brain, not with your heart. Go and vote for what's going to benefit you. Not because, oh my God, one time I saw a picture of the governor holding a black baby, so I feel like I just need. No, don't do that. Don't do that. And you know what? And I'm gonna say something else too. And y'all niggas really gonna hate this shit. Don't vote blue no matter who. That's dumb. It's just as dumb as voting for any name that sounds black. I used to do that. I know several people that used to do that. Any name that just, if I didn't know who it was, if I didn't know who was running in such a, I'm just voting for the blackest sounding name. I'm voting for the blackest sounding name. Your last name is Jenkins? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Teriyaki Jenkins? Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. You come up, oh, girl. You come. I don't know who she is. I don't know Teriyaki Jenkins. But I know that's a black ass name. So I'm gonna vote for it. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because even Harriet Tubman had to shoot a few niggas because they were holding them back. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, even Harriet Tubman had to be like, some of y'all, I need to let go. Meritorious manumissions. I did a boring ass video on that once before. I tried to do it. Maybe I'll redo it. I don't know. But it's got some information in it if you want to go back and watch a boring ass video. I don't know. This might be a boring ass video too. I don't really fucking know. All I know is that I'm staying at home this November. Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. But that's it for me, y'all. That here go the thumbnail. Anyway,